Will it just automatically tell me you're going on live?
It should. It's setting up the web now. We're directed to YouTube and now we're
Um,
so perfect. So we're live there.
okay.
Like I said, I don't know if we'll have a ton of,
Automatically tell me you're going on live.
I'm sorry, it should. It's setting up the web now. We're directed to YouTube and now we're so you're gonna have to mute the YouTube. So perfect. So we're live there.
Okay.
And I don't know if we'll have perfect or here, either one. So what'll happen is I will stop every once in a while and view questions and give answers, and we'll just kind of go from there. So we will go ahead and get started.
Awesome.
Perfect. I always think that I'm like such a guru when it comes to Google Docs, and then they always throw me for a loop. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we are going to go over prospecting. So how to prospect a restaurant, the 3-2-3 method, how to keep your leads organized, and questions, comments, concerns. So first off, how to prospect. Google, Google, Google. You can do top, and then you insert your insert your city name, restaurants, and a bazillion articles will pop up. So I've done that here, excuse me. And I come in and I just typed top restaurants in Lubbock, Texas. I'm going to scroll past this menu because what I want are articles. I want places that have organized a large amount of data so that I can just go and basically scrape. So what you'll end up finding is TripAdvisor is always going to have some, and then you'll find that individual articles are going to have different and very unique articles about top restaurants. So if I click in here, then I can scroll down, and basically what I'm looking for is I'm just looking for the most amount of data in a short period of time. So I know the name. If I click on it, it's going to take me directly to a map, which I then can view the email address and the phone number. I can also see additional data. So this one's permanently closed. I'm not even going to waste my time with it. So I'm going to click out and go to the next. So I'm going to go here. So that is your first line of defense, is going to be Google. So Google top restaurants in your area, and you will be able to find a plethora of leads. Now let's take it one step further. Competitors. Competitors are going to be another great source. So Yelp, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, also local delivery companies. So today I was looking around on the internet and found a local delivery company. I click on it, I put in an address, and look at the amount of restaurants that I can find, and click on view all the information and be able to put it into a database. So I'm here. Now, even if this particular company is not going to give me the contact information, I can easily copy and paste. And if you learn how to use your shortcuts on your menu, on your keyboard, it's going to save you a lot of time. So like I highlighted, and then I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to Command C, and then I'm going to come over to a new window, Command V, and I'm going to search for that particular place. All of their contact information is going to come up, and I'm going to have it. So that's another great source. Yelp is another great source. They're going to have every single restaurant ever known posted in one place, and even ranks it. So if you want to look for a particular category or a popularity, you will be able to see it there. And then ask for referrals from other restaurants. So even if that restaurant says no, ask them, do you know another restaurant owner that might be interested? It's a great way to be able to get leads from people who know other restaurant owners and will be able to move quickly. So that is how you prospect. When looking at these 3 ways of prospecting, you are not going to find a bad lead. All leads are going to be good, especially coming from this category right here, because you know they're doing some sort of advertising somewhere or some sort of third party delivery. So that is how you prospect. Now, once you have a large database of leads, what do you do with them? I like the 3-2-3 method. So, how do you reach out and when? So, week one, you're going to have 3 points of contact. You're going to call, wait a day, email, wait a day, call. Now, call doesn't necessarily just mean by phone. You could also do a walk in if you prefer walk ins, or you could save a walk in for later in week 2 or week 3. So, call, email, call. Week 2, you're going to do 2 points of contact. So, call, email. So maybe Monday, Thursday. And then week 3, you're going to go back to your 3 points of contact: call, email, call. So after the 3-2-3 method, you will know exactly where you stand with that lead. Is that lead progressing? Is it dead? Meaning you've made at this point 8 points of contact. They're not returning anything from an email to a phone call to a walk-in. They're not interested. So put them on a list for later. So do 3 months down the road. Or have you established the next steps? So after this 3-2-3 method, you really will know exactly where you stand with that lead, and there should be no questions. So keep your points of contact fresh. So never email or call to just quote follow up. That's an awful way to deter someone. And it's a really strange question. So you never want to be like, hey, I'm just emailing to follow up on our conversation from last week. My response would be, okay, there is no follow up there. If you wanted to be direct, you'd want to say, we had a conversation last Thursday about Trip Delivers. What are you currently thinking? Or are you ready to move forward? Find articles like this particular article I found to keep all of your emails fresh and the open rate really high. So this is just simply 26 sales email tips that will crush it. And you want to take these and make them to you. So this article is just going to show you how to get started writing sales emails, how to make them effective, how to increase your response rate, and go from there. MailChimp or any kind of email prospecting tool that basically will allow you to do large amount of sales outreach by email in one time. So that is always an option as well. But that 3-2-3 method is going to absolutely save your life. And it's really going to keep your leads fresh if you're always prospecting. And it's going to always let you know what you need to be doing on a week to week basis, because you'll know exactly where you stand with every point of contact. So if I find 500 leads today, I take the time to make a Google Doc of all 500. I will very quickly know that I can do about 50 calls in a day if I'm absolutely 100% focused. And I plan on investing 5 hours worth of my time or 4 hours worth of my time. And then I know that it's going to take me 10 days to get through that lead list. And then I can go back and follow up with my call, email, call. So never prospect more leads than what you can handle, because you do want to be able to get through them all and you do want to be able to keep it fresh. So we went over 2 really great topics: how to prospect and where to find leads. And once you have leads, what to do with them with the 3-2-3 method. So I'll kind of take a pause there before we move on to the next topic, which is how do you organize all this data, and ask Evelyn. Evelyn, do we have any questions that we need to answer live?
We do. So they're asking, with the 3-2-3 method, what should be put in the email?
So it's going to depend. Every single time it's going to be something different. You never want those emails to be the same thing. So the first email is going to be an informational email, because I've called once and that's all I've done. And I obviously haven't reached the person. That's why I'm reaching out for the second time. I want to make it informational. I want to make it short, want to make it to the point, and I want to entice them to respond. Hey, I called yesterday, or I called Monday, and I am looking to set time with you to save you on all of your third party delivery commission. Do you have time Thursday at 4? Short, to the point, always gets responses over a long drawn out email because you want it to be simple, you want it to be concise, and you want it to give enough information of what you're calling for, but not necessarily give them all the information that they don't have to respond. But every email should be different during this 323 method.
Great. Perfect. I think that's the first question we have for tonight.
Perfect. So, how to keep your leads organized. So, obviously, if your computer is not equipped with Microsoft Office, so you wouldn't have Excel, Google Sheets is free and very easy to use. So, how you find it is you sign into your Google account, you go to Google Docs, specifically Sheets. It's going to be very similar to Excel, and this document will be stored on your Google Drive. Here you can track your decision maker name, date to follow up, where you're at in the 232 method, and move all dead leads to a separate tab. So it could be really simple, look something like this. That's my dead tab. So my active tab, and you just hit this plus button to have more than one tab at the bottom and double click to change the name. So here are my active tabs. So I prospected all of these the week of 9/21. So I know where I'm at in the 323 method. I want the name of the restaurant, the phone number, the website. And then when I'm calling, I want to collect the DM name, the email, and I want to put any notes that were made either while I was collecting this data or while I was making the phone call. So I called Batch Gastropub today. They're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. Perfect. So I added that to my notes, and I'll know that I need to call back 9/23 at 2 p.m. So I put that for the next step. And I know that this week, and I have my week 1, 2, 3 here. This week I completed a call so far. If I also email, then I would add my E and then my C. So I know that I've completed my 3 steps for week 1. So far I've only done the call, so that's what I'm going to have there. And then really this is for you. So as fancy of a document as you want to create, or as simple of a document you want to create, what you're trying to track here is who have you spoken to? What are the next steps? Who was the decision maker? Where are the phone numbers? What are my next steps? All within one easy place to find. So this lead list and creating this is going to be what a professional salesperson would use out in the field as like a Salesforce or a HubSpot, a CRM tool basically, which just means all of your leads are in one place and you're tracking how and when to reach out next. So as you're prospecting, you're going to find, for instance, here, this was a restaurant that I found today on Instagram. And Instagram is a great place to type also in the name of your like restaurant Tampa or restaurant Orlando, and a great number of leads will come up. You can also search that same thing also in Facebook. But if you're using Google, Yelp, and all of your competitors, these are probably tools that you would use later down the road. So obviously I'm looking for a phone number for this particular company. So I click on the website, it brings me here, and their contact page has no phone number. So then I'm like, okay, what do I do next? So as I'm here, and really everything that you could think of, you can probably find on their website. You would never have to click anywhere else. So I can't find what I'm looking for, but bam, they have a Facebook. So I'm going to click on it. And then guess what? Here's the phone number. So it might have taken me 2 steps to be able to find the phone number, but eventually I found it. And then I can add it to my lead list, copy and paste, and go from there.
Very
cool. Go ahead.
Shanna, we do have a question from Andres in Las Vegas. What is the best time to call an owner or the decision maker in a restaurant?
Absolutely. So the best time is between 2 and 4 p.m. local time.
Great. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. So that covers how to prospect, the 323 method, and how to keep your leads organized. From there, just want to do a reminder of upcoming trainings. So on Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, 8 Eastern, whatever time zone you happen to be in, We do trainings here live on YouTube as well as through our Zoom link. Also on Tuesdays and Fridays, same time, we do the same training, also provided in Spanish. Spanish will no longer be live on YouTube, so you have to use the Zoom link. Just want to remind you about that. And then Coffee with Bob Saturday mornings, plus sometimes randomly throughout the week. So you want to make sure that you go to Trip Rides on YouTube, subscribe, and put in your notifications so that every time we go live on YouTube, you will also be notified. So the last Thursday of the month will be a restaurant pitch. So this is where you're going to invite all your potential prospects. And Spanish, like I said, will not be live on YouTube any longer. So you need to use the Zoom link. So with that, do we have any questions, comments, or concerns?
We actually have no questions on Zoom, and we no longer have any questions on YouTube Live. We're going once, we're going twice. Last minute question, guys.
Oh, perfect. Well, if you guys happen to think of anything, feel free to reach out to us, support@tripdelivers.com. But basically, we just wanted to come on tonight and share some tips on how to prospect, how to reach out with that 3-2-3 method, and how to organize your leads. If you guys are running into these, go ahead.
Actually, we actually have one. Hello from California. Today I will see a restaurant. The owner asked me for the number where they can communicate with Trip. The response to that is currently there's no phone number. However, if you would like to schedule some time with the owner and yourself and someone from Trip, let us know through support@tripdelivers.com, and then we can send you guys either a Google link and we can all have a meeting at the set time. Another question for you, Shanna. What can you say when a response from the owner that they are comfortable? Andres, can you expand on that?
Well, also that was exactly, if someone said, oh, I'm comfortable or happy with what I'm currently doing now, I would dig into that. And you can always push back. You could say in a very nice, tactful way. So if I understand you're comfortable giving 3% or orders to a third-party delivery company, we can provide you the same service. Let that sit in for a second. Use silence. It's not going to hurt to be quiet for a moment. Like I told you guys before, the worst case scenario is they hang up on you.
Great. And then do you recommend our team to be reaching out through direct message on Facebook?
The problem with that nowadays is that it gets stuck in spam. So unless you're changing your message every single time, or unless you're becoming very creative and making it sound like an order, you are going to get put into the spam folder. Also, a lot of times larger restaurants you're not going to reach the owner. You're not going to reach the decision maker. You'd be better off using an email that you obtain from the restaurant. So call, who is my decision maker? Who am I supposed to be speaking with? And what email can I use to reach them?
Great. Do you have any other questions? And I think that's a wrap.
Perfect. Well, I hope everyone has a fantastic week. Tomorrow is the first day of fall. So I wish everyone pumpkin spice and sweater weather. If you guys need anything, reach out, support@tripdelivers.com. Otherwise, just have a great week. Talk to everyone soon. Bye.